a friend of mine that I worked on his house, who's really good friends. Well, part 3. Friend of mine that's I'm really good friends with now. That's his son and daughter-in-laws that I work for, and then I work for their brother and sister-in-laws. So I work for anybody in that big family. It's a big family. I do all their houses. The people that gave me that, I've done worked for the husband's father, the wife's mom and father. So I don't know. I got these for free too. 2 Coleman chairs. Okay, another. The guy that gave me that, I worked on his brother's house, and he was like, "Here, take these." So he gave me 2. He gave me 2 of those Coleman chairs. So, like I said, I work for all the same families and friends of family because they all know what I could do. They all see my work before and after. They all like what I do, and you know what I mean? I'm the first one. If they're getting rid of something, they offer it to me first. I mean, if I'm going to get nice pieces of furniture like that for free, you know what I mean? These pictures aren't that bad. You know, I'll take them. Hey, I'm not proud. They pay me good, and they can throw me a bunch of extras here and there. So, can't complain. Alright, I'm going to end my video now. Let me find my keys. Because last night... Okay. But I'm going to end this video now. Whatever. I've been rambling on for a minute explaining what I do. But, you know, I'm being real with everybody. Just being real with everybody. With, like, tool reviews and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't buy tools. You could see my saws. You could see my tools and my stuff. You can see my tool bags are all dirty. I mean, these, of course, are brand new. I haven't used these yet. These. Because I just bought these a couple of weeks ago. Well, I'm going to use these because now I got to work on my Cadillac. You know what I mean? My Makitas. I have used... This was actually a set. And I showed it in one of my bit review videos I did. I got the impact driver and the impact wrench was a set I got. I don't know. It was one of the Christmas between November and December sales. This was $150 for the set. Makita, 2 3-amp hour batteries. Had to grab that. This, same thing. Actually, this is still in Home Depot. I seen it today. They're still selling this in Home Depot, guys. This is a 3/8 Milwaukee impact wrench, 12 volt. And of course, I bought the battery because I have the 12 volt drill and impact driver. And I bought this battery when I had the impact driver, but this is the bag from the 12 volt impact driver. I just threw this in here because I got to work on my car. So I put it down here in my shop because my car's parked outside over here. But, yeah, that's a 12 volt Makita bag. And then I have the Makita, the other Makita bag for the 18 volt and charger upstairs. And then this bag, as you can see, that's my 12 volt charger in there. And I got all the Makita bits and stuff like that. As you can see again, my tools are used. So this tool, if you guys want a good sander, I've had this sander, and I've been sanding floors with this. You can see, look at all the dust. I'm gonna get a little dirty, but look at the inside of this case. You know what I mean? So look at the bag, you could tell this thing's been used and abused. It still works good. Makita sander. You guys want a decent sander? Not that expensive. That'll sand wood, hardwood floors, whatever. This is a good one. the Makita one. Oh, that's another thing. And then I got the Makita. Again, as you can see, my cases are my tools. They're not pretty. This one, I don't even know how I got. I don't even know how I got. It all comes right off. I don't care about that anyway. Tools are, here we go. Okay, so as you can see by the blades I got and the conditions of my blades, you can see how, demonstration, you can see I beat up my tools. It's, you know, it gets rough out there. It gets rough on the job. Here's another one all bent up. And this guy, as you can see, here's the blades to cut. Here's a 9-inch thick, this is a thick metal blade. I had to cut cast iron freaking pipe. But had this Sawzall for over a year now. Before I had a rigid one, which the rigid ones aren't that bad. I had a rigid Sawzall, corded Sawzall. But you can see, look how dirty this Sawzall is. I mean, I've used this for everything. You can see all the dust. You can see all the dust here. I probably gotta blow this out. What you do to make your tools last longer, I'll give you guys another little tip. Get you guys one of these. Okay? But they got ones with a little pointy nozzle on it. Oh wait, I'm holding it backwards. This goes to your air compressor. Some of you guys know what this is and some of you guys don't. This is like a little blower. So you can fill your air compressor up with air, and whatever you got your PSI set on your gauges there, you got it set to 120 PSI, whatever. This is 150 PSI, but it runs at 90 PSI. So now you got an air thing that's going to blow out 90 PSI. What you do is you see all these vents and stuff in your this I didn't blow off. I was in a rush. But that's what I do when I'm outside or something. After I cut, I got another one of these in one of my tool bags or my toolboxes. I don't know. It's somewhere. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's not somewhere. I forgot. I took everything out of my Cadillac, but here's the other one. As you can see, they're the same thing because I bought a couple kits. And you can see how small the little nozzle. You can see the difference. You can see the difference between the nozzles. So I take this thing here at the end of the day and all the time with my tools, and I blow air. You blow air into all these vents. Blast all that dust and debris and whatever's caught up in your saws or your drills. Anything that has vents in it. Any tools that have vents in them. All tools have vents in them like this. As you can see, they all have vents in them. Everywhere. Take a friggin' blower nozzle. Every time you get your tools really dusty and dirty, blow them out. Make sure you clean them and maintain them. Because when all that dust and stuff gets caked inside of there, you know, this is all fine dust. Sanders, anything, saws, all that stuff gets in your motor, gets in the grease of your motor and stuff like that. And then you leave it in there for a long time. Eventually it's going to work its way into all the little spots you don't want to get into it. You don't want it to get into, and then your tools are going to freaking break down on it. Then you got to take them all apart, which they're fixable, believe me, because I've had sanders that didn't work in the past with tons of dust in them. I take them all apart, all the parts out, clean them, blow them all out, grease up what I got to grease up, put them all back together. That's why another reason why I got so much other tools to fix my tools. And what happened? And then your tools will your tools will work a lot better. fix my hammers here. Oh. I have another tool. You want to take up tile floors real quick, ceramic tiles, use one of these, air chisel. As you can see, another tool I use lots. Beat it up. But I have my, it's in the box, yes, but believe me, it's not brand new. I just keep it in the box so I know where it is. But that's my Makita rough nailer. Like I said, I do all that stuff. So all these tools, that nailers, a year and a half old. I had 10 grand worth of tools. Actually 10, 15 grand out there. I don't even know, I'm not counting anymore, but I had a garage. A lot of these tools are about, some of my tools I've had for a long time, like my saw, what these guys didn't get away with stealing of mine. You know, some of my cords, as you can see, these are older cords, but a lot of this stuff is you know, I had this air compressor before that got stolen with all my tools. I had the same rigid set of drill impact, and that's an impact and rigid drill. I had the same exact one of those. That got stolen with a bunch of my tools, like I was saying. I actually had a couple of these Black & Deckers. Here's my first rigid. Actually, I had this in my truck, so I had so many tools, in other words, in my truck, okay? And when I was partnered up with these guys for about a year, they were a bunch of clowns. They ended up stealing $10,000, $15,000 worth of my tools. I had a garage full of tools. So as you can see, a lot of my stuff looks brand new, like these Husky bags. You know what I mean? All these Husky bags, for the most part, are all brand new. I had the exact Husky bag like this, but I had a couple of these Black & Decker drills in there with a bunch of hole saws. They stole all those. Shit, I probably had about $200 worth of hole saws and another tool bag like this. Bits, everything. Here's a Milwaukee tape measure. I don't use that much because they rip easy. But anyways, yeah, so I had to, you know, they stole all my tools and took off to who knows where, South Carolina, North Carolina, you know, stole all my tools. So what I didn't have in my little workshop, like these things, obviously you don't take tools like this on the job. So they didn't get, you know, they don't take your stuff that's bolted down. Like these are all, if you see my shop tools, all of them, these are bolted. These are bolted down. Okay. My drill press bolted down. All right. So those are stuff I didn't have in the garage because I didn't take all my tools. But anyways, I knew the shameful thing is I knew the guy for 20 years, over 20 years. I knew the guy for over 20 years. That goes to show you, even if you know somebody for over 20 years, you know what I mean? Be careful, because it could be somebody you met. So, you know, I've met people over the past 5, 6 years that are better people than people that I've known 20 years, half of my life. The guy I knew for 20 years stole $10,000 to $15,000 worth of freaking tools from me. Not even no joke. So, you know what I mean? But I'll just say this: when you do great work and you work for great people, they stole all my tools. Guess what? As you could see, you didn't put a dent in my business, buddy. You didn't put a dent in my business. You didn't stop me from doing what I gotta do. Cause guess what? If you see this YouTube video, I got a new table saw. Like I told you guys before you blocked my number, changed your phone number, and took off. I told you guys, keep all those tools. That shit don't mean nothing to me. And as you can see, guess what? I got a better table saw than you stole. Yeah, I got the same air compressor you stole. Oh, again, like I told you, I got another air compressor. I got another air compressor. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 air hoses now. I got another Mitre brand. I got another Mitre saw. I can't say brand new. It's probably about 1.5 years. And guess what? You guys stole what's 2, 3, 4. You guys stole 4 drills from me. Well, guess what? Now I have 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 10. Okay, I got 12 or 13 drills, and brand new drills and drivers, Makita ones and everything. You didn't hurt me. You stole my radio. Got another radio. You know what I mean? You stole a bunch of my toolboxes. Actually, you stole like 3 or 4 of my toolboxes. Well, guess what? I got 1, 2. I didn't get a toolbox, but there you go. 3 tool bags. 4 tool bags. There's all my electrical tools. The newer ones that I bought that you guys stole. If you ever see my video, you know, you stole my, you stole one of these. You guys, it wasn't a cordless one, but you guys stole my multi-saw, multi-sander. Guess what? You stole one. Here we are 1.5 years later. Guess what? I got 2 multi-saw sanders now. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got 3. Now I got 3. There's 1 in here. Okay, so. Yeah, yep. They stole this. I had another Makita one of that. They stole that. I had a DeWalt one too. And I got 2. I got 2 again though. There's another little green, it's a cheap little Kawasaki one. But it does what I gotta do. They stole a Porter Cable belt sander from me. This one I had somewhere else, so they didn't get that. That's a cheap Black & Decker one. But it works for me for now until I get another one of those. But that's what you guys... Another thing, I'll give you guys advice. Trust no one. Trust no one. No one. Because they'll act like your best friend for the longest time. And you know what I mean? I knew the guy when I was a teenager, since I was probably 18 years old. I'm 45 now. So over 20 years. I'm 45 now, yeah. Over 20 years. But I knew the guy since I was 18. You know, I did my own thing for years. And then I met up with him, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. Anyways, we worked together on a few jobs. Then all of a sudden, he's talking about he wants to start a business and go into business together. And that's only because, now listen, this is what I figured. That's only because he knew how to do roofing and stuff like that. He didn't know how to do nothing else but roofing and stuff like that. Me, I knew how to do roofing. I knew how to do plumbing. I knew how to do electrical, drywall, frame stuff up. I had all the tools. He's seen all my pictures on Facebook because I was friends with him on Facebook. So he's seen all my pictures of before and after stuff I was doing. So yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to be nice and help him out because the guy was down and out. No, that'll never happen again. I don't care how down and out somebody is. You know what I mean? You can't. That's a risk I took. That's a risk I took trying to help somebody out. And the scumbag robbed me for $15,000 worth of friggin' tools and took off. You know? So, but, you know, that's the game of life. You got to be careful. But all the people I work for right now and stuff like that, all the people I do work for right now, like I said, I've got a lot of good people around me right now that I work for. I've always had a lot of good people that I work for around. That's how I survived. That's how I came back. You know what I mean? A year and a half later. It might even be going on. No, about 1.5 years. Yeah, 1.5 years ago. I came back and, you know what I mean? Worked my ass off. You know, worked my ass off. But mostly everything I lost, I got back. Everything they stole from me, I got back. I mean, I still got to get a few things. I had some nice paint sprayers. I had a couple of nice, really nice power washers and stuff like that. But I'm not going to keep going on about it and dwell on about it. Like I said, doesn't matter. They thought they were going to, they what they were mad about is because they didn't know how to do anything. You know what I mean? They didn't know how to do anything, and I got tired of the guy's son was a lazy kid. So I'm like, he wanted to just come to work, and he thought he was a big boss man. You know what I mean? He thought he was a big boss man because the kid had a little bit of money that his grandmother gave him to get a freaking license and insured for a home improvement contract. And so he thought he was big boss man because he had a piece of paper. And I told him, bro, I'll wipe my ass with that piece of paper. Your piece of paper doesn't mean nothing to me. I've done this for 20 years. You don't know how to do nothing. You think you're going to come to a job with me, I'm going to bid out a job, and because you got a piece of paper, like I got a piece of paper too that says the same thing you got. You think that piece of paper, you think you're going to take half the money or whatever and go sit at home in grandma's house and not do nothing while I'm busting my cat, you know? So after a year of playing with this kid and trying to teach him how to do stuff, you know, I told him, I gotta come get my tools out that garage tomorrow, and that's it. I'm gonna go do my own thing. You guys go do what you wanna do. You take your piece of paper right there and whatever. I'm coming to get my tools. Well, guess what? They freaking they stole all my tools out of the garage. They stole all my tools out of the garage and took off with them. Yep. All of them. Scumbags. But like I said, stuff happens, but if you're good at what you do, a year later, you could have about $8,000 to $10,000. I'll probably say I got, again, I will say I got about 10 grand worth of tools again. About 10 grand worth of tools, because none of this stuff is cheap. If you guys go price this stuff out, a lot of this stuff I bought, like, you know, I got deals on, and I waited till, you know, the holidays where they had deals and stuff at the stores, and I got a lot of stuff because I know how it works. So of course I saved a lot of money and stuff like that. But still, the point is, be careful who you do business with and who you trust. Have your own spot. This is a lesson well learned, because I had all my tools in in a storage unit. You know what I mean? I had all my tools and equipment in a storage unit. When I started trusting these guys, which was stupid of me, I should have left all my stuff in my storage unit, and when I needed something, go to my storage unit to pick it up. But I was trying to make it more convenient. So anyways, I took all my stuff out of my storage unit and I put it in a garage over there with them, and they had some of their stuff in the garage. Very little stuff, because I was the whole business, basically. I was the guy who knew how to do everything. I was the guy with all the tools, as you could see, that I got here. And I was the guy basically running the show. The son thought he was big freaking boss man. Like I said, kid didn't even know how to wipe his ass. Then he's talking about, oh, I'm the boss because I got a business license. I don't take, like I said, take that piece of paper and stick it in your ass, buddy. That shit don't mean nothing to me. I got all that stuff too. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're business partners. You're not the fucking chief fucking head of the fucking company. Fuck out of here. Excuse my language, but it pisses me off. But anyways, that's what happens. So I'm good now. Hey, I don't gotta answer to nobody. I don't gotta try to teach dumb 1 and dumb 2 how to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I got all my everything I need. I got to do what I gotta do. So that's a lesson learned. So that's one of the reasons why I make YouTube videos, is because I've been doing this kind of stuff forever. You know, like I said, I'll say it again. I'm 45 years old. I've been doing construction and flooring and all this stuff, painting since I was like 14, 15, 16. I've been painting. I worked with for framing companies, and I framed up houses. You know what I mean? I got friends of mine that do all kinds of stuff. I have friends that are plumbers. I have friends that are electricians. I have friends that do flooring. I have friends that do cabinets. So I know most of those people that were already pre-established that I've done work for here and there. You know, when people quit on them and they need a hand, they usually call me because they know I come to the job and we get stuff done, you know, for the most part. But for the most part, I do my own business. I have my own clients and my own customers and stuff like that. But I do work with I do know some good people too. I'm not saying everybody's bad, but I just ran into a couple of dirty ones, you know, that did me dirty. So now I'm a lot more cautious and careful because it cost me a lot of money. But like I said, it cost me a lot of money, but you know what I mean? I didn't really get mad. I could have went over there and, you know, smashed windows, popped tires, and did a bunch of reckless stuff, you know what I mean? I could do it right now if I wanted to. I could actually find out where they are right now, you know, take a trip down to South Carolina, North Carolina, and catch right up to them because I still don't, you know, it's a small world. I still have mutual friends with them that if I went to those mutual friends and said, hey, where does this guy live? Because I want to go pay him a visit. I would get their address and I could actually jump in my truck and drive down to put the money. I could put the money in my gas tank right now and drive down to North Carolina and catch up to him if I wanted to. But, you know, I don't got time for that. That's petty. You know, lesson learned. Cost me 10 grand, but I'll never see those guys again. I'll never lose another 10 grand. That's for sure. But I'm going to end this video here because I'm kind of hungry. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Oh, it's still early. It's only 5:50. But I do have some, I'm not even finished. I got some stuff I got to do today anyway. But this is probably going to be 3 or 4 videos here because my phone only records in half-hour intervals. So I'll post them up little by little. But have a good day, guys. If you want to, like and subscribe. If you want to learn valuable life lessons and what are good tools to use, what are okay tools to use, you know what I mean? And what I use all the time, that guys, you know, you have your Milwaukee guys. I'm going to babble on a minute more. You got your Milwaukee guys, you got your DeWalt guys, you got your Makita guys. Basically, if you could see, I have Porter cable stuff. I have Milwaukee stuff. You know, I have DeWalt stuff. My other DeWalt drills actually are upstairs. But I have Rigid stuff. I have Craftsman stuff. I just got, you know, tools are tools for the most part, you know. You could buy a Milwaukee tool. You could buy a Craftsman tool. You could buy, don't buy Harbor Freight. Sorry, but I'm just going to... Harbor Freight, I haven't had no luck with anything. Very, very few things you could buy at Harbor Freight. And if it's like heavy duty mechanic tools, like their impact sockets, like and stuff like that, yeah, you know what I mean. If you have to buy stuff at Harbor Freight to get a job done, then you know, go buy the stuff to get your job done. Don't try to use none of that stuff for every day. 8 to 10 hours a day on the job. That Harbor Freight's no good for that. Buy Rigid, buy Craftsman, buy Ryobi. I'm not a big Ryobi fan, but here, I'm not a big Ryobi fan, but the owner of the property over here that I work for, I'm not gonna lie, he's a Ryobi fan. He got a bunch of Ryobi stuff. And I've actually used his Ryobi, you know, because I work on, I've actually picked up his Ryobi drill. And his Ryobi, oh, he don't even have it here no more. And I've used his Ryobi cordless circular saw. The newer green Ryobis aren't that bad, I'll say that. But when Ryobi used to make, yeah, alright. I even got a Ryobi, guys. My mom gave me this for free. And it actually still takes a charge and works, but like I said, buy Ryobi before you buy Harbor Freight stuff. Seriously. But yeah, okay. I'll get back to you guys. I'm gonna go eat some dinner, and then I have to go clean out a trashed apartment over here in this building that some girl just moved out of and left it trashed. That's why I'm over here right now. Anyway, I mean, I'm not on an hour. I'm not getting paid by the hour. I get paid by the job. So, and then my sister lives in one of these condos over here. So that's what my sister's the guy that owns the house is my sister's landlord. So, but I'm gonna end this video and I'll get back to you. I don't know. I might, when I go do this apartment over here, because I have to literally do this whole apartment over, put in new countertops. I have to put in new, tear out all the carpeting. They destroyed the carpets. I got to tear out all the carpeting in this apartment. I'll actually make a video. I'm going to make a video later on of me cleaning out the apartment so you can see all the garbage and stuff they left behind. But yeah, that's one of the things I got to do tonight. Take everything, all the garbage and junk they left behind the apartment and kind of clean it up. Because the dumpster guy's going to come tomorrow afternoon and pick it up. So I'm going to end my video here. And maybe I'm just going to walk through the apartment later and I'll post another video of how tenants leave apartments when they're getting evicted and they don't pay their rent. But see you guys later. Like and subscribe. And if you keep watching, you'll learn a bunch of stuff. Flooring, painting, whatever. Okay. Talk to you guys later.